spine roll, spine tick, spine crease, spine split, spine stress. What does it all mean? Just a minute. Let's start with the easiest one, spine stress. These are tiny little marks that are caused by stress placed on a comic from improper storage or being thumbed through on racks or in boxes. These are also called spine ticks. They generally don't break color. So what do I mean by that? By improper storage. Let's say you have your comics in a box. Normally they'd be stored like this, which is fine. But sometimes you don't have the box quite full and the comic is sitting like this. And over time, even with a board, it'll start. You see how it's starting to curve? This creates little marks on the spine, which are stress marks. Okay. Given enough time, they get bad. They can get really bad to the point where they'll start to break color, although these generally don't. Wait, breaking color. I should probably explain that to you real quick. So what does breaking color mean? When a crease or stress gets bad enough, it'll allow a small amount of the ink to break away so that the paper beneath is revealed. It's breaking color. Now let's get back to spines. So what's a spine crease? It's a horizontal or vertical crease, a mark, a stress mark that's gotten big enough that it started to flake away color would be a horizontal stress crease. A vertical line or a vertical crease could be caused by, folding the comic back, the cover back. This Tarzan here has an example of a vertical crease, although I don't know that you can see it too well. But there is a vertical crease that goes all the way down here. Now, some comics have vertical stress creases that are done when the comic is folded during the printing process. They always break color. All vertical creases and horizontal creases break color. It's just one of the things that happens. Now, sometimes a spine will become so weak over time that it will separate, kind of like it did down here. Again, using this Tarzan example. See how the spine is actually separated? Now, this is called a spine split. Now, if it were missing part of that, it would be a tear. But instead, it's just a split, because that can be put back together, and it will be eventually. So there you have, that's a split. A split can be small like this one. It can go all the way. This spine can be completely split so that the page or the cover is separated into two parts. Next, I have spine roll, which this is an excellent example of a spine roll. Spine rolls are not caused by improper storage. You lay a comic flat, you put a comic on top of it, it rolls up slightly. That's not a spine roll. This is a spine roll. You can tell it's a spine roll because of the splayed pages on the back. What causes this? There's two things that can cause it. The comic could have been rolled up at some point, like this. That would cause a spine roll. Or, as they're reading it, they might take the pages and flip it back and read the comic like that. That can also cause a spine roll. Those are the only two things that are going to cause a spine roll. Anything else is not really a spine roll because it can very easily be fixed with a press. This takes a little bit more effort to fix. Lastly, we have what is known as a spine fleck or a corner fleck. I'm going to try to find one. I think maybe this comic here. The top looks good. The bottom, see how it's a little fuzzy there? That's a spine fleck or a corner fleck. That's done during the printing process. There's nothing you can do about it, but it is a defect, and it will keep a comic from being a 10.0, which is why I keep saying there's no such thing as a 10.0. I've never seen a 10.0. 10.0 is absolute perfection. You just don't see them. They don't exist. I take it back. I've seen maybe 3 in over 50 years of collecting. I've seen maybe 3. None of them were graded by CGC or any other grading company. So there you have it. Those are the most common spine problems that you're going to have. In just a minute.